Welcome back to Civil Engineers YouTube channel. In this short video lecture, I will guide you for spacing of column or footing and its steel structure design. This is a short video in which you are able to learn about steel structure design, minimum and maximum spacing of footing or column for normal residential building, and maximum span up to 20 feet and minimum span up to 6 feet. Let's get started, guys. If you see, guys, here this is the boundary wall, and this is one footing and this is other footing, this is the third one. Now the span between two footing or the center line is 20 feet. From one column center line to the another one is 20 feet. If you see, guys, on the other side we have the span 6 feet from one column center line to the other column center line, which is 6 feet. This is for normal residential building if the span is up to 20 feet. This is maximum and this is minimum. What should be the size of footing for normal residential building, especially for G plus 2 story? Okay, means 3 floors. Okay, the size of the footing should not be less than, for G plus 2 story, it should not be less than 5 by 5 feet. Square footing size is 5 feet by 5 feet. Inside this footing, guys, you can see this is column. Okay, what should be the depth of this footing? The depth of the footing should not be less than 4.5 feet, 4 feet and 6 inches. This is its depth, 4 feet and 6 inches. And this is 5 feet 0 inches by 5 feet and 0 inches. Now let me also guide you for the column size. The size of the column should not be less than, for G plus 2 story, 9 by 12 inches with 6 bars, and the dia should not be less than 16 millimeter. This is for G plus 2 story. If you see, guys, the span is 20 feet. This is also 20 feet. So you can say this is C1, column 1, C1 and C1. Sorry, this is not. Yes, this is C1. If you see, this is C2. This one is also C1. Okay. If you see, guys, the span between two columns is here 6 feet. Okay, because we required, if actually if you see here, so the span is here about 12 feet, but here we require to provide the column. So the minimum span is here, minimum span, which is 6 feet 0 inches, and maximum span is here 20 feet and 0 inches. So if the span is up to 20 feet, okay, which is maximum, so the size should not be less than 5 by 5 feet for the footing, and the column size should not be less than 9 inches by 12 inches, which is rectangular, and the depth of the footing should not be less than 4 feet and 6 inches for G plus 1 story, G plus 2 story, means 3 floors. If you see, guys, here we have main bars and distribution bars, so provide single mesh, guys, you can see main bars and distribution bars. The dia should be 12 millimeter with the spacing of 6 inches center to center. Okay, for main bars and distribution bars, let me create its section. You can see these are steel reinforcement. This is hook, which should not be less than 6 inches. Okay, before starting steel reinforcement, you should provide PCC with the thickness of 3 inches or 75 millimeter, and grade of concrete should be M10, which ratio is 1:3:6. You can see, guys, if the span is up to 6 feet, which is minimum, the size of the footing is 3 feet by 3 feet up to G plus 2 story, because the span is here 6 feet. Okay, so you can also provide combined footing like this. This is combined footing, same like this. Because the span is minimum here, guys, you can see this is 6 feet. So from this center line to the other center line, which is about 1.5 feet, from this side 1.5 feet. So therefore, if you check the span, so the span is now from one footing edge to the other one, which is about 3 feet. So you can provide the combined footing, which is more stronger than raft foundation, especially in this case. Okay, so therefore, if you are working on construction site, if the span is minimum, so the size of the column should be decreased compared to the maximum span. If the span is minimum, so the footing size should be also changed. Or you can take minimum compared to the maximum span, which is 20 feet. If you see, this is 20 feet, so 5 feet we have the size of footing. So here the span is 6 feet, so we provided 3 feet. Okay, the depth you can keep same, no problem, but I'm recommending you, if you provide less than the high depth, so that will be better for you. Next, guys, you can see we have C1, C2, C1. This is also C1. This is also C1. C1 means if the column, if we change the column, so the column C1 should be changed to the C2 or C0. Anything you can write there, but it should be changed from each other, because if you are working on construction site, if the column is same C1, C2, or for all columns, so you don't know that what is the standard size of the column according to its specification. Okay. So next, guys, if you see the column, so let me guide you for the column size, which is 9 by 12 inches here, 9 inches by 12 inches. So in this we require to provide 6 bars, and the dia, as we discussed before, 6 numbers, dia 16 millimeter. And here, guys, you can see the hooks should be bent on 135 degrees, same like this. This is one bar, this is the other one. Okay, you can see. Okay, so here you can see, guys, also the span from one column to the other column, it should be take from its center line, not from the one edge to the other edge. So this is the center line method. Also you can see on both directions. So this is a great way, you can see, for G plus 2 story. Next, the size, if you keep the size same, so this is also like the first one, 20 feet, because if you change the size of the column, so on the top of this we are providing the top beam, so it makes disturbance on the top of the floor beam. So therefore the column you can change the same, you can take the same size, 9 by 12 inches, but actually the most important thing is here, which is our foundation, as we discussed before, footing. Okay, and the column, the span, everything we discussed in this short video. Hope this short video can help you about the spacing of column, footing, and its steel structure design. If you have any question related to this short video, so you can comment, so I will respond to you. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.